Just adjusting the camera here for a moment. And we're set. Good morning and happy Thursday. And welcome to Yoga Conditioning, where yoga gets a little bit on the spicier end of things. So today we're actually going to be working our way up to crow position. So we're going to be opening up our hips a lot, and we're also going to be strengthening the core. So with this arm balancing posture, we're also going to look at strengthening the arms as well. So it's kind of like a little bit of a full body workout. And one thing to keep in mind with the crow position that we're going to get into is to actually bring all of the strength in through the abdominal muscles. So we're going to be working with that first as we also start to open up our hips. All right, let's get adjusted onto our mat. Preparing us for our practice today in the short and sweet little meditation, just bringing our awareness through the body. So either coming into cross-legged position or into hero's pose. You need to close your eyes. And then bringing your awareness to the touch point of the body onto your mat. Allowing all of these muscles to soften through the shins, the calves, the knees, the thighs, the glutes, melting into the ground. Descending the heavy sit bones, rooting into the earth. And upon your next inhalation, guiding the breath up the length of the spine through the crown of the head. Growing tall, finding integrity through the body. Sliding the arms back, aligning the arms with the trunk of the body, palms down. Aligning the chin with the earth. And pulling the navel about halfway back towards the spine. Allowing the facial muscles to soften, allowing the bottom jaw to become relaxed, allowing the tongue to be slack, the cheeks soften, eyelids are heavy, and the forehead is relaxed. And taking this moment here in silence to find your intention for today's practice. As you witness the spontaneous breath from moment to moment. Flipping the palms up. And then as you inhale, tracing the sun all the way up overhead, making sure that the shoulders stay away from the ears. As you exhale, guiding the hands in towards the heart center in Anjali Mudra, prayer position. Placing the lengths of the thumbs over the sternum, connecting to the rhythm of the heart's beat. Let us start today's practice with a sound of Om on our exhalation, sealing our intention for today's practice. Inhaling now. Om. fluttering the eyes open and getting ready for today's practice. All right. So for today's practice, we're actually going to start lying down on the spine with the knees bent, feet planted. So making your way down comfortably. We're going to start in Happy Baby. So with Happy Baby, we're going to take the knees into the chest. We're going to slide the knees as far apart as they can go, nice and wide. Keeping the knees bent towards the ground, you're going to flip the feet up towards the sky, taking a hold of the edges of the feet with the hands. So from here, we're going to start off with dynamic movement, which is just you can do actually a lot in this position. I'm sure that you've all seen happy babies playing around with their feet in their hands. Stretch out one leg, maybe stretch out the other, maybe you can stretch out both legs, maybe both heels come in. Take a moment here to explore the different that you can take with the knees nice and wide and the hands and the feet. When I count down from 4, we're going to come into stillness, back at center, in 4, kicking your feet around, having a little bit of fun, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, excuse me. Okay. Let's take the feet open. The knees are nice and open. The feet are still facing the sky, and we're in Happy Baby once again. Okay, so from here, we're going to take 3 deep breaths. On the inhalation, you're just going to relax yourself here, holding onto your feet. On your exhalation, you're going to pull the feet and the knees down towards the earth, opening up the hips even further. Let's do that for 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale to pull. Inhale. Excellent. All right, let's get those abdominal muscles fired up here. So we're going to guide the legs and the feet together. We're going to take the feet back down to the ground. And we're going to rest our arms alongside the body, palms down. So from here, we're actually going to practice some pelvic tilts. So if you noticed in crow pose, the spine is in full flexion. So flexion means that the spine is rounded. And all of that energy, or most of the energy rather, is actually coming in from the entire abdominal area. So the spine is curled and you're actually hugging the navel into the spine, shortening the space between the ribs and the hips. So we're going to actually practice doing this motion on our backs. So leaving the arms down alongside the body. From here, we're going to start to tilt the tip of the hips here towards you by pulling the navel into the spine and then lifting the navel up in through the ribs. It's almost like you're just cinching this area in on each inhalation. On each exhalation, descend the hips back down to the ground, allowing that tailbone to just rest all the way back down. Beautiful. If it helps, you can actually place your thumbs, rest at the base of your ribs here, and your middle finger or your index on top of your hips here. So on each inhalation, you're going to cinch the area between the two. Navel to spine, scoop the belly in, exhale to roll back down. Let's do that for 3 more rounds. Inhale, tilt, exhale down. Inhale, tilt, exhale down. Last one. Inhale, tilt. We're going to hold the inhalation here. Scoop that belly in. All strong abdominal muscles, strong front side, curling the back body as you do this. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. All right. So now we're going to get into the opposite direction. So we're going to curl the front of the body up, activating the top part of the abdominal muscles. So let's get this feet off the ground into reverse table. And then you're going to take your hands all the way forward, reaching forward vigorously. You're going to tilt the pelvis slightly towards you. Then you're going to inhale, reach. Cinch the space between the hips and the ribs. Holding here, scoop the belly in, flattening the spine, the mid of the spine down to the ground. As the rest of the spine is nicely curled, the hips are lifted, shoulders are lifted. For 3, 2, and 1. As you exhale, you're going to hug the knees into the chest, release the shoulders back down to the ground. We're going to do that 2 more times. Let's take 1 breath here. Beautiful. Reverse table, fingertips forward, shifting in 3, 2, 1. Inhale, reach, rise. Scoop that belly in. Cinch the space between the lower ribs and the hips. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, hug it in. We'll do 2 more. All right, 1 big breath. Beauty. All right, legs in, reverse table. Fingertips are forward. Inhale, reach. Scoop the belly in, cinch the space between the hips and the ribs. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, hug it in. All right, we've got 1 more to do, guys. 1 big breath. Reverse table. Fingertips forward. Inhale, reach. Holding here. Scoop that belly in. All the way up in through the ribs. As much towards the back of the spine as possible. Cinching that space between the ribs and the hips for 3, 2, and 1. Hug it in. All right. So the abdominal muscles are slightly warmer now. So now what we're going to do is we're going to keep the toes together. So we're going to go into curl right away on our backs so that we can get a really good idea of what the abdominal muscles are going to do, our legs and our arms. So you're going to take your toes together. You're going to open up your knees nice and wide. You're going to tilt the pelvis forward just like we've been doing. So you tilt your pelvis towards you. And then you're going to guide your knees as close towards the armpits as possible, resting here over just underneath your biceps. And then we're going to come into prayer position. So this is where we're going to be on our exhalation. On the inhalation, we're going to flip the palms up to the sky, almost as if we're having our hands planted on the ceiling here. We're going to scoop the belly in as much as possible. We're going to squeeze the knees into the arms, push the arms into the knees, holding here, nice strong spine. You're going to start to lift your head off the ground, reach to the crown of the head. Beautiful. Cinch the space between the ribs and the hips. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, hands to heart center. And you can start to slowly release the hips. You can roll from side to side. All right, we're going to do that 2 more times. From here, you're going to tilt the pelvis towards you, guiding the knees as close to the armpits as possible. Arms are on the inside of the legs. Flip the palms up. Inhale, tuck the hips towards you. Lift the head off the ground, reach to the crown of the head, scoop the navel in, flip the palms up, press, press. Beautiful. 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, hands through heart center, releasing the hips slightly here, rolling from side to side. And we'll do that one last time. All right. We're going to take the hips as close towards you as possible, shifting the knees as close towards the armpits as possible. Flip the palms up, toes are touching. Inhale, lifting your gaze, reaching through the crown of the head, scooping the belly in, cinching the space between the ribs and the hips, squeezing the arms outward, squeezing the legs inward. 4, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug the legs into the chest, rolling from side to side. Excellent work, guys. Okay, so from here, we're going to cross the shins, take a hold of the tops of the feet, and we're going to roll from front to back 3 times. On the last round, we're going to come back up into a seated position. 1, 2, and 3. Beautiful. Take your palms down in front of you. You're going to uncross the legs back, walk the knees back, and we're going to come towards the center of the mat on tabletop position. Tuck the toes under, send the heels back, downward facing dog. Open up your fingers nice and wide, press through the heels of the palms, the lengths of the fingers, until the center of the palms begin to lift away from your mat. Taking a few deep breaths here. If you'd like to, you can pedal out your knees. Excellent. Okay. So we're going to go through about 4 rounds of sun salutations with variations, okay, at each round. So let's bend the knees, bring the navel back to the spine, take your gaze towards the front of your mat. On your inhalation, you're going to hop or step towards the front of your mat, flat back. Exhale to forward fold. Beautiful. Inhale, trace the sun on the way up, rise to standing. Exhale, hands through heart center, Samasthiti. Inhale, trace the sun. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. We're going to come to a little variation here right now. So from here, as you exhale, you're going to soften the knees and place the hands right in front of the feet. The toes are together. If they aren't, shift them together. And then from here, you're going to start to open up your knees nice and wide as you descend the sit bones. Your heels will lift. And you're going to walk your hands in front of you. On each inhalation, so we're going to go for 4 rounds. You're going to inhale, squeeze the legs in towards the trunk of the body. And then as you exhale, you're going to push the knees away from you. Nice and wide, opening up your hips. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, push. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, push. Last 2. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, push. Last 1. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, push. Beautiful. Relax the legs here as you walk your hands back towards the feet. From here, as you inhale, we're going to go into flat back. Descend the heels Coming up onto your fingertips, lifting the spine halfway up, reaching through the crown of the head. Exhale, hands plant on your mat, step or hop back plank. Lowering down from plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking a few deep breaths here. Last breath. Excellent. Bend the knees, navel to spine, gaze to the front. Hop or step towards the front of your mat, flat back. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands through heart center. All right, going in through our second round. Inhale, tracing the sun. Exhale, pivot from the hips, lead with the heart, sweep the arms wide, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plank. From here in plank, what we're going to do is we're going to descend the knees. We're going to inhale, navel to spine, reach to the crown of the head. And from here, we're going to exhale 3 times to softly lower. Okay? Exhale, hug the arms in through the trunk of the body, lowering down just about halfway. Inhale, lift. So it's like mini push-ups. Exhale to soften the elbows, guiding the chest down. Keep that navel tightly pulled in. Beautiful. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. This is the last one, guys. Inhale, lift. Untuck the toes. Exhale to descend all the way down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Reach that crown of the head all the way up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, flip the toes back. Hips reach up high, downward facing dog. All right, so we're going to take a moment here to get a little bit of mobility in through the hips. Let's inhale, right leg up to the sky. We're going to bend the knee, point the toes. Beautiful. Take one breath here. And then as you inhale, you're going to guide the knee in towards the chest without shifting the spine. And you're going to start to exhale to circle the knee back. Make big circles with that knee. 2, 1, and in the opposite direction. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's ascend that right foot down to the ground. Inhale, left foot to sky. Exhale, right heel closer to the ground. Point the left toes, bend the left knee. Exhale, knee comes in towards the chest. And exhale to start circling the knee back. 3, 2, and 1. In the opposite direction now for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Descending the left foot back down to the ground. All right. Let's bend the knees, navel to spine, gaze to the front. Inhale to hop or step towards the front of your mat, flat back. And then exhale to forward fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plank. Lowering all the way down from plank as slow as you can. Keeping that navel pulled in. Beautiful. Inhale, upward facing dog. Just giving ourselves a little tiny break of here. And then exhale, downward facing dog. All right. So next variation that we're going to do, you're going to take the toes in towards each other. Legs are together in downward facing dog. And then from here, on your next exhalation, you're going to lift the heels, take the knees wide, shift the sit bones all the way back. Push the hands into your mat. Inhale, downward facing dog, shifting the hips back. Exhale, knees wide. Inhale, downward facing. Exhale, knees wide. Inhale up. This is the last one. Exhale wide. Inhale up. Beautiful. All right. Let's bend the knees. Navel to spine. Gaze to the front of your mat. Inhale to hop or step towards the front of your mat. Flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands through heart center, Samasthiti. So on the last sun salutation that we're going to do, we are going to hold plank for a little bit. All right? So you don't have to do full plank if you don't want to. If you want to hold with your knees down to the ground, the choice is yours. Okay? Inhale, trace the sun. Exhale, pivot from the hips, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plank. All right, so from here, you're gonna make sure that those shoulders are shifted right over the wrists. The hands are slightly pivoted outwards, okay? Navel's pulled in through the spine. You're gonna lift the space between the shoulder blades up. So you're gonna round the top part of the spine here slightly by lifting the back of the heart in between the space of the shoulders. Keeping that nice tight core. If you want to spice things up a little bit more, this is not something I'm going to do, but you can for sure do this if you want to. You can now shift into Chaturanga Dandasana. And then for the rest of us, we're going to take one full breath here. Inhale, fill up the lungs to their fullest capacity. Exhale all the breath out. Scoop the belly in, lower all the way down on empty lungs. Beautiful. All right, untuck the toes. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, so we're gonna release the outer hips here. Let's inhale, right leg up to the sky. Then as you exhale, you're going to step your right foot forward. And slide that left hand right underneath the face. And then once you start inhaling to lift your right arm up, you're going to pivot towards the edges of both feet. Both feet are fully flexed, the toes are tucked. You're going to sink that left hip down to the ground as you reach all the way back with the right hand. Three, two, and one. Inhale, flip all the way back to center. As you exhale, you're going to descend that left knee, untuck the left toes. Draw the inner thighs towards each other. Inhale, trace the sun to rise. Beautiful. So for here, you have a couple of options. You can either keep your hands up lifted, or you can take the hands back down to Anjali Mudra, prayer position in front of the heart. If you do this, you might as well just press through the heels of the palms and legs of the fingers and get a little bit of strength here. Or you can interlace the fingers and take the palms down over that right thigh. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's take those hands back down to the ground. Tuck the left toes under, send the left heel back, step the right foot back, plank, and then exhale to lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One big deep breath here. Beauty. Inhale, left leg forward. Beautiful. Okay, so from here, we're going to slide the right hand underneath the face. And then on the next inhalation, we're going to sweep that left arm all the way back, pivoting on the edges of the feet. Descending and draping that right hip down to the ground. Reaching to the back of the room with your left hand. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, lifting all the way back up to center. Exhale, right knee comes out to the ground. Untucking the toes, drawing the inner thighs towards each other. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Beauty. And you can take the same hand position as you did before, or you can switch it up. The choice is yours. Three, 2, and 1. Exhale, hands come back down to the earth. Tuck the right toes under, send the right heel back, step the left foot back, plank. And slowly lowering down from plank as your exhalation. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, folks, ready for some spicy action? We are going to be doing a very active plank with alternate legs, okay? So we're going to be shifting in and out of downward facing dog through plank. We're going to start off with the right leg. So every time we come forward into plank, that right leg is going to come forward with you with a bent knee. So into 3 different areas. So first we're going to take the knee out as much as possible past the right leg, past the right arm. And then we're going to go right at the center, and then we're going to go across the body. Let's start now. Inhale, right leg up to the sky, point the toes, bend the knee. Exhale, shift forward into plank, shifting that knee right outside of that arm. So you're going to lift that leg up as much as possible. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then you're going to exhale back. Inhale forward, knee through center. Lifting that knee up towards the chest as much as possible. Beautiful. And we're going to take that leg all the way back. Beautiful. Inhale forward. Now we're going to go across the body, taking that knee towards the outer edge of the left arm, hugging the knee in towards the chest for 3, 2, 1, and shift all the way back. Now we're going to speed it up for 2 rounds. Inhale forward, outer right. Exhale back. Inhale forward, center. Exhale back. Inhale forward, left. Exhale back. Inhale forward, right. Exhale back. Inhale forward, center. Exhale back. Inhale forward, left. Exhale back. Last round, inhale forward, right. Exhale back. Inhale forward, center. Exhale back. Inhale forward, left. Exhale back. Let's give ourselves a little bit of a break. Release that right foot back down to the ground. We're going to bend the knees all the way down to the ground. Untuck the toes. Child's pose. Guide the arms alongside the body, forehead to the earth. You can roll out your wrists behind you if you want to.
All right, let's take 2 more deep breaths here. Beauty. All right, let's step those hands forward. Inhale, tabletop position. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, left side this time. Let's inhale that left leg all the way up towards the sky, bending the knee. Beautiful. Exhale, forward left. Inhale, exhale back. Inhale, forward center. Squeeze. Exhale back. Inhale, forward right. Squeeze. Exhale back. Right, 3 more times, slightly faster. Inhale, forward left. Exhale back. Inhale, center. Exhale back. Inhale, right. Exhale back. Inhale, left. Exhale back. Inhale, center. Exhale back. Inhale, right. Exhale back. Last round, guys. Inhale, left. Exhale back. Inhale, center. Exhale back. Inhale, right. Exhale back. Beautiful. All right, let's ascend that left foot back down to the ground. Untuck the toes. Untuck. You're going to take the knees down to the ground, untuck the toes. Child's pose. All right. Arms alongside the body. We're going to take a couple of deep breaths here. And then we're going to assist our wrists. All right, so let's keep those sit bones at the heels. As you inhale, lift the crown of the head back up towards the sky. Beautiful. All right, let's get those wrists loosened up, shall we? So from here, you're going to open up the knees a little bit. And you're going to extend your arms forward. You're going to flip the front of your hands forward, like puppy dog. And then you're going to slide the tops of the hands in onto the ground right in between the legs. So here, to increase the level of sensations through the wrists, you may choose to walk your wrists forward. To decrease the level of sensation, you can walk the wrists back. So find a position that is comfortable for you today, and then you're going to take the whole weight of your body back onto your heels. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Very mindfully, very slowly, we're going to lift the hands back up, palms together, fingers interlace, and then roll it out. Now we're going to go in the opposite direction. Excellent. From here, you're going to keep the forearms together, and then you're going to flip your palms open, and then you're going to take your palms down to the ground, right in between the legs, and then you're going to swish from side to side. Three, 2, and 1. Excellent. All right, let's roll it out. Roll out your wrists. Opposite direction. Excellent. All right, legs back together. And then from here, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of an option to practice this. I know when I
I was going to say when I first started practicing this, but let's face it, this still happens. So when you start practicing or continuing to practice, if this is, a case like this, crow position, you might feel like you're going to tip forward and land on your face. So if that's a thing for you, if that's what is maybe holding you back a little bit, you can actually take a pillow or any padding whatsoever and actually just put it in front of you so you have a little bit of a softer landing pad. And it actually helps. Any props that we use in yoga helps us to actually get deeper into poses because it actually gives us ourselves permission to go a little bit further. So if you want to, absolutely take a pillow down in the ground right in front of your face. Guess what? We're getting into crow. All right. So in crow, let's come up to our hands and feet. So here your knees can be bent as much as possible, just like I'm doing right here. It doesn't matter much. All right. So from here, you're going to start to position the hands first. Those are the hands. You're going to position them exactly the way they were when we were doing crow on our backs. So the hands that are about shoulder width distance apart. So the wrists are stacked underneath the shoulders. And then you're going to pivot your hands outward at about a 45-degree angle. Your fingers are wide. You're going to press in through the heels of the palms and the lengths of the fingers, just like you do in downward facing dog. From here, you're going to start to soften your elbows a little bit. And then you're going to take the feet in towards each other. So remember, when we were doing crow on our backs, the toes were together, the knees were wide. So we're going to start by taking the feet together, and then we're going to shift the knees wide, and then we're going to take the knees as close towards the armpits as possible. Then you're going to start to shift your body forward, coming onto your toes. And then as you inhale forward, scoop that belly in, coming up onto your tippy toes. And exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. So if you have your pillow, you kind of can gauge where it's going to be. And this is the last one. Inhale forward. So this time when we inhale forward, I'm going to show you a couple of things that you can do to start prepping yourself to lift your feet. If you want to lift your feet right away, you can start inhaling forward, lift slightly, and then you can come back. All right, scoop that belly in, around the back. You're going to sit in the ribs and the hips. Inhale forward. And you guys start to lift maybe one foot, and then take that foot back down and lift the other, just to get an idea of what this feels like. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's take it back. Let's shake it out. Get ourselves ready for the grand finale. Shake it out, shake it out. Do whatever you need to do in your body to get yourself ready. All right, big breath. Out through the mouth. Let's do this. Hands come down, pivoted out. Nice strong stance here. Feet are together, knees are strongly bent. Hands are out, pivoted at a 45-degree angle, pressing into the lengths of the fingers, heels of the palms. And then we're going to scoop that belly in, cinch between the ribs and the hips. And then inhale 2, come all the way forward. Lifting your toes. You can do this as much as you'd like to start getting into your balancing. So here you can start to actually shift your gaze forward. So shifting your gaze forward actually does help you for balancing. It helps you from tipping forward completely. So keep your eyes towards the top part of your mat when you're lifting both of your feet. Keep that belly nicely tucked in. For 4, 3, 2,
And 1. Woo! We did it. All right, let's come into tabletop position. And we're going to release the outer hips into pigeon. All right, so from downward facing dog. So we're going to take the toes under, send the heels all the way back. You're going to open up your hands to make space enough for your legs to come through. So I usually take my pinkies all the way towards the edges of the mat here. Here we're going to inhale to lift that right leg up nice and high. Point the toes, bend the knee. And then as you exhale, you're going to round the spine. And whoops, you're going to take that knee right in between the hands, descending the left knee, untucking the left toes. So, fun fact about pigeon, to increase the level of sensations through your outer hip, you're actually going to widen the angle of this bent leg, your right leg. Right up to even having your shin in line with the front part of your mat. Important thing about pigeon, however, you want to make sure that both hips are square to the ground. So, to increase the level of sensation, to ensure that your hips are nice and level, you can shorten your lever here and take it a little bit closer towards the thigh. You're going to start off by taking your hands underneath your shoulders. Then from here, if you feel any discomfort in that left knee, tuck the left toes under. You're going to lift your knee here by pressing out through the heel. And then you're just going to gently release the knee back down for readjustment. And you're going to inhale, reach the crown of the head nice and high up to the sky. So this is actually a full pigeon. And then we're going to go into sleeping pigeon. For 3. So if that right hip is up off the ground, you can slide that pillow right underneath there. 2. And 1. Exhale, descend the entire length of the spine over the right leg. You can stack your arms if you want to, or stack your hands and rest your forehead down onto them. Let's take one deep breath here before transitioning. Sliding the hands underneath the shoulders. Tucking the left toes under, sending the left heel back. Step the right foot back. Plank. And then we're going to descend the heels all the way back into space. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Point the toes, bend the knee. Exhale, guide the knee into the space between the hands. Pivot the foot out, and then you're going to descend both legs. Adjusting your lever. Hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale to reach the crown up high. Making sure that the hips are nice and square to the ground and that left sit bone is reaching the ground. If it's not, you can tuck a towel under there. You can fold up a blanket, or you can even use a pillow. Reaching up through the crown of the head here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale. Descend that spine all the way down. Stacking your arms underneath your forehead. And taking the last deep breath here, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Sliding the hands back underneath the shoulders. This time we're not going to go back into plank at all. We're going to tuck the right toes under, send the right heel back, and then we're going to shift the hips all the way back into downward facing dog. Beauty. All right. From here, we're going to come into a seated position by crossing the legs towards the feet. So we're going to soften the knees, step the right foot towards the left foot, step the right foot towards the left hand, and then we're going to step the left foot towards the right hand. Beautiful. Descend the sit bones down to the ground, and we're going to help release the spine here. Uncross the legs. Lefts and rights are kind of important in yoga, are they not? And the limbs. All right, so from here, you're going to take your hands right behind the legs, right behind the thighs. We're going to help to release the spine here a little bit. So we're going to go in through a different variation of cat-cow. So we're going to inhale into cow pose. So cow, what we're going to do is we're going to actually slide the shoulders back, lift the heart up towards the sky, lift your gaze up to the sky. Beautiful. And then as you exhale, we're going to go into cat. As you exhale, you're going to scoop the belly in, tuck the tailbone under, reach that spine all the way back as you tuck the chin into the chest. Inhale up. Exhale in. Inhale up. Exhale in. All right, one more. Inhale up. Exhale in. And then from here, you're just going to descend the rest of the spine back down to the ground, tucking the knees into the chest, wrapping your arms lovingly around your legs, rolling from side to side. Beautiful. Let's release those hips, stepping the feet as wide as the mat. Knees are bent, arms into T or cactus. Swishing the knees from side to side. And then slowly coming back to center. I'm going to extend the legs forward. Give your hips a little bit of a wiggle. Wiggle it out. I'm going to release the arms alongside the body. Palms up. Taking the most comfortable position for you today. If you're experiencing any discomfort in the lumbar spine, so that's the lowest part of the spine here, you may choose to flatten the spine by bending the knees, taking the feet wide, and then allowing the knees to come in towards each other. So this helps to actually release the full length of the spine down to the ground. So choose a position that is the most beneficial for you in order to actually relax, slow down, and take some deeper breaths.
Taking a big, deep breath in through the nose and allowing a deep sigh on your exhalation. As you inhale, reaching the hands all the way overhead and stretching the toesies all the way up towards the front, stretching yourself into the longest being possible. And as you exhale, tucking the forehead towards the knees, wrapping your arms around your legs, rolling from side to side. And then you're going to stretch your right arm all the way back and roll over towards the right side of the body, planting the left hand on the ground in front of the chest. Taking a moment here for yourself in gratitude. Gratitude for every effort that you put in today's practice. Gratitude for every time that you honored your body and either pulled back, modified, or pushed forward. Equally as important, listening to your body first and foremost at all times. Making the necessary adjustments to make the most out of your practice. On the next inhalation, pressing up through the base of the left palm to rise up into a seated position. Guiding the hands towards heart center and Anjali Mudra. Guiding the lengths of the thumbs over the sternum, and taking a moment here to remember your intention for today's practice. Let's inhale to Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi, which means peace, peace, peace. Now, inhaling. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. May every single cell of your entire being be filled with love, light, abundance, bliss, freedom, and optimal health. May all beings be happy. Be happy. Be happy. Namaste. Have a super fantastic day, everyone. And for tomorrow, we've got the 7 o'clock sunrise vinyasa slow flow. So it's a little bit more chill, followed with a little bit of spice. So we've got some Pilates fusion happening tomorrow. If you've never done Pilates before and you want to hang out on your back and do some core action, well, that's a class for you. So with Pilates fusion, so it's a little bit of yoga mixed in with a little bit of Pilates. What is wrong with my speech today? And essentially, the majority of the class, we're actually spending it on the ground, strengthening, toning, getting into every. So it is mostly a core-focused class with the rest of the body involved as well. So if you want to get a little bit of spice in, you want to get that core nicely worked out, those glutes, those thighs, those everything, come to your mat at 10:30 tomorrow for some Pilates fusion. And if not, just chill, hang out, have a drink, have a nice, beautiful meal, and enjoy the rest of your day. Until the next time, tons of abundance to you.